Our purpose at WE is to change the dismal statistics of our people, particularly Māori and Pacifica people. We do this through helping small and medium-sized businesses to thrive. Our businesses need our help. So many have felt the pressures of lockdown and are facing challenges that they've never faced before. Challenges that are impacting their livelihoods. That is why we're bringing you this series, to share stories of the people behind our businesses, their successes, their failures, their challenges, and their triumphs.
If you are already in business, we hope you will be inspired. Perhaps someone will share one piece of gold that makes a difference in your business. If you've been thinking about starting a business, we hope that you will be motivated to start your own business venture.
We hope that by sharing these stories, we can help small businesses on the road to recovery all across New Zealand, Australia, and the Pacific.
So grab your cup of tea and whakarongo mai. Kia ora, e te whānau, no mai, haere mai. Welcome to our cup of tea tonight. I'm super excited about this evening because we have our first couple from Samoa. So they're a Samoan-based business, husband and wife, and we've got Adeline and Nitrous. Welcome. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Hi.
Malola.
Now, just so you know, these four guys have literally just raced from work to be here, to be able to be with us this evening. So thank you so very much for making it.
No, thank you so much, Wendy, for allowing us to be on your platform, share some stories and see how we can help. And also, yeah, no, we were just cutting it real short, eh?
I was like, well, yeah, at least it wasn't island time. Like it was like 8 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah, it's just on time.
So tell us a little bit about what Makeki Online is.
Oh, yes, that's me. That's Mikey. Yeah, so Makeki Online it's a buy and sell Facebook group, or what started off as a buy and sell Facebook group. It's where the main purpose of putting up the platform was to help those people out in the village areas. Like, you know, if you've got like 2 TVs and you're not using one, you know, like you could put it up on the platform to sell. So it started off with an experience that I had in Fiji. I was studying towards my degree, and there was this group called Buy and Sell Fiji. So at the time, I was working out. Should get back to it soon, but I was looking for a yoga mat, and I posted on that group, and like within minutes, like someone had a private message and said that they bought one, and then I could pick it up, you know, like straight away. I was like, oh, okay. So going into that the purchase, like I was still skeptical, like, okay, is this gonna work or is this for real? Anyway, I bought the yoga mat. I got back to the university and I was like, man, this could really work for Samoa. So this was way back in 2013 when I had that experience. Anyway, so I came back after my studies, January 2014, on the 10th of January, was when I created the group. Now, when I created it, I was still unsure if it was going to work, like with how I experienced and how I anticipated and what I thought of how it could help the locals here in Samoa. But, you know, fast forward 6 years, it's been incredible. And in saying that, I also want to acknowledge the team behind Makeki Online. So when I first started, it was just myself. And then people started adding more people into the group. I got up to about 500. And I was like, okay, I can't handle this on my own. So I invited a friend. His name is Thomas Tafuna. So we were there running Makeki Online. And then when it got to 1,000 people, I was like, okay, maybe we need one more. And another friend, his name is Kent Onisemo. He was a police officer at the time. He was working forensics. So I thought, okay, I've got Thomas, who's already in IT. Maybe I need someone on the law side or on the legal side. So yeah, I got Kent and Thomas, and then we've been doing this whole thing. And before, when I approached them, it's like, there's no profit in this. Like, we're not making any money from this, but this is what it is. This is the purpose. Are you guys in? Fortunately, they were both in, and yeah, so it's been on for 6 years. In 2019, we got married. But before that, we were dating and stuff. But right now, where Makeki Online has been through the support of my team and also my wife. But God's plan for it, it just blew up, from what I had thought of. I just wanted to help people, but man, it just took off a whole new journey, and so many people have been getting back to us about it, thanking us, and oh, thank you so much, I found this. But one of the stories that's really close to our hearts is how it's been able to look for blood donors. A lot of people looking for blood donors, especially at the hospital, and yeah, that just really put another story within the story of Makeki Online. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, Makeki Online is a Facebook platform that was formed in 2014, and what it was set up for was to help families, low-income earning families, make ends meet through the sale of, like it was mentioned, if you had a few items that were not being used, you can put it up for sale. So the platform is free. Anybody, all transactions are happening offline, but the promotion of their products, the marketing and everything is happening on Makeki Online platform. It's been 6 years of that, and it's been 6 years of, it was basically charity work. And yeah, so what started off as a buy and sell Facebook group has taken off completely. And it's now doing things like it was mentioned, a lot of people in critical conditions in the hospital that are looking for blood donors. They come through the platform because right now we've got a number of 80,000 plus members that have all been approved and screened before they can actually join the group. So yeah, it's complete. It's some of the businesses, small businesses that are now in operation have started off as people that were selling stuff from their homes. Secondhand TVs or whatever it is, and they found their niche in the transactions that they were doing with other members. So they've, because of that, they also themselves set up businesses. Makeki Online officially was registered beginning of last year as a small business, and what we thought was going to be our niche has just completely blown up, and new doors have opened up, and new avenues of making business have just opened up and presented itself. And yeah, so that's basically sort of what Makeki Online is right now.
So tell us a little bit about some of these things that have blown up, like what doors have opened for you and for your platform, Makeki Online. I guess since you did registered as a business last year, because it sounds like the first few years was just you guys doing a whole bunch of charity work, which I know the both of you, and you're both beautiful people, and of course you'd be doing that, but yeah, what opportunities have arisen just recently?
I think with when we started off, a lot of people have encouraged us to make some money out of it. It's like it's a Facebook group. We have members, but how? We couldn't actually figure out how. But I guess we got into the advertisement.
Yeah. So there's two, I guess, businesses or branches of Makeki Online, if you would like. So one of them is advertising, and the other one is Makeki Online consultancy. So I look after the advertising part, and my husband does all the consultancy work, IT related consultancy work. So for advertising, last year, a very good friend of ours who used to go to church together and has now moved to New Zealand, she sat us down and she said, let's talk about how you can turn your Facebook group into something that can earn income. Because last year, October, I had resigned from my job, and my husband was also at home trying to figure things out. So we were working on some packages, trying to figure out how we could make money from Makeki Online to support our family, but also keep it as a free platform for everybody to come and trade. And so we were looking at different avenues. We did some research, looked at how other groups were making money as well. And we thought, okay, we can probably sell spots that were visible to everyone in the group. So we weren't actually ready with our spots, but we received a phone call from one of the government ministries and say, hey, you guys making any money? And we're like, no, but we want to. We're heading that direction. But we're trying to build something. We're not very comfortable with it right now in terms of pricing. We don't want to overprice and we don't want to underprice as well. And they're like, just give it to us. We, at the time when we were just coming out of measles and at the very early stages of COVID-19, the news coming through and everyone just getting a little bit uptight with it. So we were like, okay, let's just do this. So we took our package of what we had at the time and we're like, okay, we're going to just say this is how much it is. We're going to offer and see if they want to sign up. If they don't, well, we'll try. Set up the meeting. We went in, met with the CEO and some of the senior officials. We told them basically what we wanted to do, and they saw the potential in that and how it could also help them and their providers as well. The following week, we signed our first contract with Makeki Online Advertisements, and it was January
this year.
And we've just re-signed. We've just renewed the contract, I think, for the 4th time this year. And that was to help with the tourism industry, because a lot of tourism is our #1 income provider, and with the lockdown, the flights not bringing in the tourists that we were needing, the hoteliers were struggling. So we thought, and they thought, why not market to the locals? And so that was our first client, and they've been very happy so far to have signed up 4 times already this year. So we're very happy with that. Yeah. So that's one segment of Makeki Online. The other one is Makeki Online consultancy work.
Yeah. So with the consultancy work, it's really around ICT. Some of the work that we've been involved with is the rolling out of the Moodle platform. So we've been assisting the Ministry of Education in helping training the staff and also the teachers in Samoa on how to prepare and get ready if we do get the case of COVID-19 in Samoa and we go into shutdown or lockdown, that we've already put in the work, to prepare them to go completely or fully online. So that was one segment of our consultancy. Other things that we've been involved with is website development. We've had a few since January.
Yeah.
So when we say things just blew up, within the span of 2 to 3 months, we were getting all these different jobs that we were getting ourselves into, and it was really a step of faith or a leap of faith with the things that we thought out, but it's like, okay, we're not sure, is this gonna work? But we also had that little push, so we're very grateful that we got that push that just said, okay, no, we'll just go ahead and do it. We'll just do it. And fast forward 4 or 5 months now, we are busy every single week. We've got something different every single week. We're coming from advertisements, we're going into consultancy and ICT, we're developing websites, we're recording videos, we're getting into sign language and all these training things. So it's been it just blew up in that sense. Yeah.
What I really love is that You know, being based in New Zealand, I mean, I know because I come to Samoa a lot, but like I can just imagine a lot of people in New Zealand thinking, oh my gosh, is business that booming in the islands? You know what I mean?
It's
It
not just
is.
the house. It's
It
like,
is.
you know, some of our friends who are also in the business side of things, small businesses, they're like super busy.
Yeah.
In the catering industry, in the
Right.
multimedia industry,
Baking.
you know, home bakers and everything. Everyone is just like, I mean, not to say that there aren't businesses that are also not performing as usual, but businesses is still going, you know. And we've just, you know, if anything, we just keep saying God is too good, and we've just been so blessed with most of the job that we've been getting. Actually, it was just like, can you guys do it? Basically, we didn't really have to. I mean, aside from having to put together a proposal, but everything that we did, we had been asked to do. It wasn't like we're just sitting there waiting, like, okay, like, you know, what can we do, or is there going to be an opportunity that comes up for us? Yeah,
it's like also part of our testimony as well with how things have happened. Like it just accelerated, so to speak, with the work that we've been getting. Like we've been asked, can you do this? And again, that's also another leap of faith. Like, yeah, we can do it. You know? And then once we get into it, everything just just comes and falls in place. And it's like, oh man, thank God. Like we had no idea at first, but He just brings in the work and is helping us go through. Yeah, so our faith as well has a huge part to play in what we believe is our success at this time. And yeah, God is too good. I can't say that enough.
I think that you guys are such role models for business, because even in New Zealand, businesses are struggling, as you know, and just utilizing online technology is the way that businesses need to start looking. And you guys are doing such a fantastic job in that area, and that's just awesome. And you're like, you know, like, I don't even know how big you are compared to New Zealand, but you know, just to know that you guys are doing so awesome, but there are people that are struggling here. So I think that's really cool. Tell me a little bit. Sorry, no, go on.
No, yeah, sorry. We see that also in the rise of the posts that we receive every day on Makeki Online, just people trying to sell something. It's making ends meet. And we receive about over 1,000 posts every day. So with Makeki Online, we put in a quality control to make sure that the members that are wanting to join are actually real people and not spam pages. And so while we approve so many members a day, we also delete and block a lot of people that are trying to get through. And that's just one layer of filter. Another one are the posts that people are putting through. We want to make sure that they're genuine posts, and it's not just people wasting time on Makeki Online. So you cannot post anything and have it shown on the group straight away. It sits there until one of the admins go in, they screen it, and if they think that it's spam, they'll just delete it. We know that it will not be spam if they keep posting like 3, 4, 5 times. But otherwise, we usually make contact with them and say, hey, is this really what you're trying to sell? You know, and also we find that sometimes people get a little bit too excited with a lot of time in their hands, and they just comment unnecessarily. So we sometimes turn off the commenting part, and if they're really interested, we'll know they're gonna go and PM through to the person that is selling. So yeah, we see it here too. A lot of the families, or some of the families here, rely heavily on remittances being sent over from overseas. And, you know, sometimes they try and make ends meet while they wait. And it's through the sale of a lot of the stuff that they have that they don't need in their houses.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned about, you know, encouraging people to get online. Like online is where the business is right now. But we also want to say that, you know, it comes with a lot of security, a lot of things that needs to be that we need to be aware of, such as all these spams and scams. Yeah, so it's really good, like getting online and all, but you also need to be aware of who's out there, and like your all these cyber issues and cybersecurity issues. It's something that we fortunately for us, like we get to handle it before it gets onto the actual platform. So we're able to screen everything and everyone before it gets on. But in the case where there is something that gets through, like immediately we're warned and we get straight into it, and find out who's causing issues and things.
How do you know for sure? Like, I mean, so I guess you can go in and look at their profiles and see, are they actually posting on their profile, or is this just a, I don't know what you call it, ghost page or whatever? Like, what else do you do to ensure that you're not letting spam come on, people aren't selling things that don't really exist and those sorts of things? So what are some of the measures that you go through, or that security measures you go through?
Okay. Well, first with the member requests. So some of the things that we look at, the first thing, the most obvious one that we've come across is a profile picture. You've got a name there, there's no profile picture, or it's just completely silly, and then it causes us to go into it. Like we click on the page, there's no contact, there's no friends, there's nothing. And like immediately it's like, okay, this person is a spam. Like and the other measure that's put in there is when they actually join Facebook. So a lot of people, like, they just join. It gives us like, it joined 2 hours ago, we joined an hour ago, joined yesterday, and then that's one of the things that warns us, like, okay, this is a potential spammer. So when we go into the profiles, like for our checks, like if there's nothing at all in there that indicates that this person is real in the sense, like immediately it's like, no, yeah, this person is a spammer. And then we do look at the number of groups they join. So there's a lot of accounts that come out from the Middle East and in Africa. And fortunate for us, Facebook always also shows that, how many groups they are part of. Usually our minimum is 30 to 40 groups. So every person that says they are part of 30 or 40 or even 1,000 groups, like immediately we know, okay, this person is like, a spammer. And it confirms that we always confirm when we click on their account, they're selling all these things and they're telling people, please email me, send private message me, and say, okay, yeah, block.
Or something to do with loans.
Yeah, loans. Like, in Samoa, like loans is one of the things that we're in. So, like there's a lot of that as well on the platform. So that's one of the measures that we take, is actually going through each of the requests. And like we said, it gets up to like 800, 900, 1,000 a day. There are filters that Facebook provides for us to filter everything, but otherwise we have, and we must do that quality check just to ensure that everyone that's on the platform is real.
It's so vital, particularly for your members, because you potentially, if you don't filter right and someone does get in, someone potentially can lose a whole lot of money if they fall for these scams or buy things that they shouldn't be buying or that aren't really there and stuff. So you've got quite a big responsibility.
Yeah,
that's true.
So what's it like working together, husband and wife? Who really wears the pants in this relationship?
Oh man, it varies. It depends on the work every day. I think that's the beauty of it all, is that we have a lot of free time on our hands. And
we do?
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
I was going to say, Adeline, are you not making him work enough? What's free time?
I know. I'm surprised myself.
Oh, man.
Adeline's like, I don't get free time. Where's your free time?
I have to go away to get some me time.
Yeah, but all in all, it's been fun. Just working together, being our own boss, so to say. Yeah, at times it gets funny, like, when I see her, like, because our desks are like right next to each other. So I look over and she's like watching some video or scrolling. I was like, to do some work.
Video referencing.
But yeah, it's like,
yeah, it's fun. We keep each other in check, especially with deadlines of the work that we've taken on. But also we encourage each other, especially when we're tired or just not feeling it while you're working. We get up, we have that freedom to just get up and go have coffee or window shopping. But it's been great, actually.
Yeah,
it's been fun.
That's cool. Obviously, because I know what it's like to work with my husband.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, he's probably looking at me sometimes going, are you actually doing any work? And I'm like, social media is work.
Right? Thank you. Our girls walk in sometimes and we're like on Facebook because Makeki Online's on Facebook. And they're like, are you guys working or are you Facebooking? And we're like, Facebooking is working. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, oh my goodness. Give me a break.
Now tell me about your gorgeous girls. So do they get roped into doing stuff? Are you guys like child laborers?
Just kidding. Yeah. So the eldest one is actually very keen, and she asks a lot, like, what are you doing? Are you approving members? And then they're like, oh, that one shouldn't be on Facebook because blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, Tyler. So it was her birthday last month. And we thought, okay, we've been promising her a laptop. So we finally bought her a laptop. We want her to get the on the gist of things. She's she turned 12. She turned 12. And so we want her to start getting used to, how to use a computer. It might seem foreign to our cousins and everyone in New Zealand. Kids these ages go on very fast, but we thought we should get her to start learning the ropes of, how to go online, but also to teach her, security while you're on there, what you can do, what you can't do. So we're slowly like putting her in. She's being trained right now. So come Christmas, she'll be approving members.
Life skills.
Yes. Need to start them young.
Homeschooling. So looking back on your journey so far in business, what's maybe one thing that you would like to share, like a lesson that you'd like to share with other people that they could maybe learn from you?
Man, there's a lot, but I guess for me is, if you have a burning desire or a dream and it just won't go away, like you think about it every now and then, it'll come back to you. And you're trying to figure out how to do it, my advice is just do it. Talk to somebody, that is already in business that can help you how to start, how to, get your feet wet. And the best experience is to actually go through it. And the biggest success is through, our failures, I guess, because we will never learn if we don't actually get our hands dirty and start doing something. Thinking back on our advertisement packages, I don't think we would have given it or started selling them if our first client wasn't pressuring us. There's never a right time to start. I guess if there's any time to start, it'll be now. Next week you're gonna look back and say, I'm so glad I did that. If it doesn't work, then at least you tried, and it's not gonna be something that's gonna keep nudging at you every day or in your conscious somewhere. And if it works, then that's really great. But position yourself with people that are already in business and that can offer support. I know there's a lot of support offered in New Zealand. In Samoa, we have a few Chamber of Commerce,
the hub, Samoa hub.
the Samoa Youth Hub, and all that.
WE
And
Accounting. Just saying.
yes, I was getting there. WE Accounting. I have a very soft spot for WE Accounting. Yeah, you know, not only do you guys do accounting, you also offer business mentoring, and yes, so call Wendy.
Maybe not me, but you can call one of my team.
Accounting.
Yeah, but we're still learning.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
every day is a lesson to be learned, and you know.
Yeah, just the things that we've gone through within a year of getting into an actual business. I mean, we've been doing it for 5-6 years for free, but finally making an earning, like we see there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it as well, especially if with your clients, the people that you're, you know, communicating with on a daily basis, weekly, and so forth. But that's what we've realized is like if we hadn't had taken that step of faith with things that, you know, we plan, we talk a lot, we say, oh, what if we do this? Like, what if we do this way? But there's always that fear, you know, like, oh, it's not gonna work, you know, like, and then we realized like, so what if it doesn't work? You know, that's where you pick up for the next thing, and that's how you learn to move forward and find your feet with what you really want to do. So that's what we would encourage everyone, like whatever it is that you like you said, that you want to do, like it's burning in your heart to do, like just go out and do it.
Yeah.
Find the right people to talk to, surround yourself with the right people as well. I think the other thing that's worth mentioning is, you know, we can't do it on our own. Like we also have asked friends, other businesses as well, you know, to work together. Some of the work that we get, like we know we can't do it, and then we're like, okay, we have friends that can do it. You know, collaborating with other businesses. Like that's the way forward. Like, you know, it's such a hard time. Like some are trying to get through this period that we're going through, but through collaboration, we've been able to be successful on some of the projects that we've been working with. So that's one very important thing that we've come to learn as well. Like we have to work with who's out there and collaborate with, you know, the different businesses. Not only that they help us with our work, you know, we're also helping them, and vice versa. Like, you know, with them and their work and us. So it's probably something that would advise anyone out there.
Yeah, and a lot of people have dreams. I don't think there's any one person that doesn't have a dream, but a dream will just be a dream if you don't take action. And, you know, just lay it all down, write everything down that you want to do, and you just have to get up and do it. Nobody's gonna do it for you. And, you know, you look back, and if you look back and you're still dreaming, then that's all it's going to be, just a dream. But if you look back and you're like, wow, you know, I'm so happy I took that leap of faith. I started somewhere, started writing it down, talked to people that could actually help out, or maybe put you in contact with people that could help you out. Then I think, you know, that would be one of the lessons, is to just do it.
I agree. Now, people can find you on Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook.com/groups/Makeki Online.
Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Don't spam them though, because they'll cut you.
Also, sorry, just to mention, we trademarked Makeki Online because what we found is that there were other groups that were presenting themselves also as Makeki Online. There's more than like 10, 20.
Wow.
So we've had to take that step as well to protect us also, because we've received a lot of complaints of people saying, you know, why are you doing this, or why are you approving this post? And then we ask them, well, can you send us a screenshot or tag us in the post? And then it comes to us and we're like, well, that's actually not us. That's Makeki Online, something, something, something. So So, I mean, if you have, and that's how much we believe in our brand too, is we wanted to trademark it to make sure that it's, it's something that we can be proud of. And
so true. You guys are doing such amazing work, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the work that I need doing in Samoa. So we'll keep talking. But you know what? Collaboration is so good because there are so many businesses. I know that it happens in Samoa too because I have a business in Samoa, but it happens in New Zealand too. People gatekeep. They don't want to collaborate, but actually you can help far more people by collaborating and working together and just not being an egg.
Yeah, no, that's so true. There's power in collaboration because, you know, it's not only are you helping that person, you're also helping your brand in return. Because, you know, if you have, let's just say you have 10,000 followers, you'll only be talking to 10,000 followers. But if you bring in another business and collaborated with them, you will also be present on their platform and you'll be visible to their followers as well. And, you know, some people might see it as losing time or losing money or they're not getting anything in return. But I think that's also one of the good ways to market your brand is when you're collaborating with another brand and, you know, tapping into their followers and their market as well. You never know, someone on that end might need your help, but they would not know about you if you weren't collaborating with, you know, whoever they were following.
You know, just for fun, we keep telling ourselves, you know, Samoa is such a small place to be making enemies, you know, make friends, you know, it's get your network out there and expand the network. You know?
Yeah, keep casting.
So true. And I guess if you really do care about helping your people, then you'll allow the collaboration because other people will be able to help them in ways that you cannot.
That's so true. Yeah.
And that's what we found out as well. And we've been so blessed with the people that we've been able to work with. I know we still have a lot of work coming up, and you know we're just reaching out to more businesses, you know, trying to get them to be involved. And the more we feel that the more that we help, like the more that we get back in return. So it's just been awesome. Like, you know, that's the way to go. You collaborate.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Our 30 minutes is like been and gone. Thank you so much for being with us today, for sharing your story and all the incredible work that you're doing, for sharing with our listeners and our watchers that business is thriving in the islands, which is really, really cool, and the power of technology and the internet. And it's just beautiful. And yes, collaborate. And someone's even said, and I'll pop this up here really quickly, they've said, here you go, the power of collaboration is huge.
Yeah, it is. Yay.
They are listening. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. And tomorrow we have another husband and wife business. They are in the Tahitian pearl jewelry industry, and that's Danica Cooper and Tamua. So they are with us tomorrow night. So whānau, I will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And once again, thank you so much for joining us. And if you do want to check these guys out, Makeki Online. Mātua whānau.